Beneath the clothes, we find a man. And beneath the man, we find his nucleus.
Hi. Today, I'm going to start building a pedal, and I'm very excited about it. This is the first pedal I'm building with no instructions. It's not part of a kit, although someone did spec it out, and that's Aion FX. And it's really cool. They make a bunch of PCBs, and they have some kits on their website, but I was looking to recreate the Colorsound Power Booster, or the Colorsound Power Booster made by Macari's in England, and they have, stuff like, let me see if I can, been going full manual today, so there we are. So this is a nice little red PCB, and it even comes with another little PCB to for the foot switch, so that's kind of nice to hold some other stuff. So this time we have better helping hands, and we also have a Fume extractor. It's not the one with the hose, but it's gonna be good. I'm also gonna just mute the camera, or I'm not gonna, because I'll have this running, so kind of loud, and don't really want that in the video. But I also think that it would be better if I just had a montage of me building the pedal without any talking. It'll make it easier to edit. You guys don't care what I have to say during talking, so I got to turn this into a pedal. There's just tons of parts in here, but all the parts arrived. If you want to get started building your own pedals, highly recommend starting with a build your own clone kit or some kind of full complete kit, and then looking at parts on trying Aion FX, I think is what they're called. And this is cool. You have like a drilling template for to drill the enclosure. I have an enclosure. It's completely blank slate, so this is very exciting. Can't wait. So I'm going to start with resistors. I have them all in a bag here. Look at all these boys. So many resistors. So I'm going to start populating them and soldering them to the board. And I'm going to start with that, and then I'll move on to other tasks later. I need to drill the enclosure, so I'll try to get a shot of that as well. Okay, bye. Okay, so I put everything together, fired it up, and it didn't make any noise. The instructions said, or they're not really that much of instructions, just said that, hey, if you aren't getting any signal, it's probably because your transistors are rotated the wrong direction. So I gotta flip all 3 of these transistors around, which is a real bummer because I thought I checked the data sheet and I thought they were good. So that's going to be hard to get them out too because I'll have to somehow heat 3 pads at once. So I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. So we got transistor 1, transistor 2, transistor 3. But I'll have to figure out how to pull them because I can't just disconnect the legs. It's going to be very unfortunate. I'm going to try to relieve mechanical strain by resting the thing on the ground. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, sorry, honey.
Today's a sad day over at Connor Enterprises. We take a moment of silence for a fallen soldier. So basically I put the transistors in wrong, and I tried to desolder this one, and now it has 2 legs, which is not supposed to happen. 3rd leg's still in there. I guess when I was heating it up to try to get it out, it melted the case enough, and the leg would rather leave the transistor than leave the board. So I don't have the right solder tip to hit 3 points all at once, so I'm thinking of just trimming off the rest of the transistors just to make things a little bit easier, and then I'll just buy 3 new ones, I guess, from Mouser. Bummer. I really thought I was going to have it done tonight, but you can't have everything you want, I guess. It's okay, I needed a solder braid anyway. Oop. Holy smokes. I'll get the poo out of the Mojotone caps label. For anyone unaware why I have a Nacho Libre clip at the beginning of this video, it's because the pedal's called the Nucleus. Nucleus. And there's that quote where Nacho says, "Beneath the clothes we find the man, underneath the man we find his nucleus." So clearly this looks less assembled than the last state, and that's because I put the transistors in wrong, and then I tried to remove one, and the middle leg came out, and you can't see it, and the middle leg came out, rendering it useless. Decided to cut the other ones off, and then couldn't get the pots out. At least my soldering iron is, something's wrong with it. I can pump tons of heat into it, and it feels like it's burning my hand, and heating up the wrong area. So I just reordered all of this. The voltage regulator I think is okay. Some of the pins looked a little bent, but we shall see. This I/O board is obviously fine, and so are these wires. I'm not redoing that. This is all of what I did today. So all of this stuff. The transistors were in wrong, so I got to remember to put, let's see, how were they oriented? I think they were oriented, if this one's any indication, they were oriented like that, but they need to go like that. Flat side facing, round side facing where the can tab is, which I don't think any of that makes any sense. But I'm learning what not to do. Double, triple, quadruple check the orientation of polarized components before you do something stupid like what I did, which was just slap it together, think I got it right after checking some diagrams online, know where the emitter and the base, and know which one's the emitter and which one's the collector. So, yeah, bummer. Big bummer, but that means I got to order more stuff, so kind of not bummer. So in a few days we'll be back in business. This is round 2, so I reordered most of the parts, and we're going to take a second stab at the Nucleus boost with the PCB and parts list from Aion FX, AION FX. So we got some knobs, cool knobs. We got new PCB. We're using the same. I didn't reorder the voltage regulator but I also did get some other stuff. I got a soldering iron cleaner. I got some hookup wire. Whoa. I got a very, very cool enclosure for the next project I'm working on, which I'll show you a quick peek of. So that's pretty cool, yeah. Isn't that? Oh, ain't that a beaut? I wish I had another one for this project, but I got some paint today for this enclosure, and I'm gonna paint it a very nice color, very eye-popping. So yeah, so I'm able to reuse these components. These are new pots here. So I did break off one of the hookup wires. The wires that I used came in some breadboarding kit, so they're pretty brittle. I think these other ones are fine, but I might want to change these ones. I think that other one broke though because it was already weak. So I just need to pop a new wire in there, and then I'll be good to hook it up to the PCB. So yeah, that assembly's there. I do kind of wish I put a different. They should have not spec'd this resistor here for the LED because it's very dim, at least with this LED that I ordered, because I got a very orange one. So I should have gotten a different LED, or I should have used a lower value resistor than the 4.7K. The 4.7K is a bit low if you're also ordering the Nucleus. So, okay, new pots in. Let's start doing the PCB. We got to populate and all of that. So I'm keeping I might do this as one of the first things because it's big and it's nice to put in the IC socket beforehand. I might just tape it down to the board and be that the first thing I populate. And the reason why is because I want to get it seated as flat as I can on the board. I don't know if anyone else does this, but this is kind of what I want to do. Is I want to get it really want to make sure it's on the board. I don't want it off the board. There's little standoffs that keep it from going in too far. And let's see if I can focus this. Yeah, you see that? And then below that are the pins. So I want it to be right on the standoffs and all of that. So I'm going to also, another thing that I'm doing differently is I'm going to use leaded solder. And the reason why is it melts at a lower temperature, so it'll be much easier to rework stuff. I did also buy some transistor sockets, but sadly they are the spacing of them is too wide, and I could bend them to get it to work, but I'd kind of rather not. And I have pictures of the old one, or of what I did last time, so I just know I need to rotate the transistors 180 degrees. I have knobs. Anyway, you're not going to watch any of this, right? Let me do a new clip, and I'm going to start soldering and stop talking. We have light. See if we have signal. Okay, it's making noise. That's a lot of bass. That's crazy. That's tremendous. Okay, there's only one thing left to do. That's to put the back on the pedal. Well, tomorrow I'll be painting it, or some point, I don't know, this weekend. I'm a little disappointed in the orange LED. I wish it were brighter. But, you know, can't complain too much. But yeah, all in all, let me take I need to take a picture of this before closing it up. I don't want these wires to be arranged this way. I don't know what's happening. Let's put the back of the pedal on. So here it is. The inside. There's two PCBs. We have one for most of the stuff, and then we have an I/O board that also connects to the foot switch. That way you don't have to connect a bazillion wires to the main circuit board, to the foot switch. So this is kind of nice. And in this case, when I destroyed the main board of the last one, I didn't destroy the board, but I melted the top off this film cap. Couldn't get the transistors out properly, so I considered this destroyed. But if I ever am able to get these holes cleaned up, then maybe I'll buy 3 new transistors and a new IC, and I have another, where is it? There's another Nucleus I/O board around here somewhere, and I can make another Nucleus. So it's a possibility for me to make another Nucleus, but for now this will sit on the shelf. So yeah, the IC is just for, it doesn't actually do the clipping. The clipping's done with the transistors, I believe. There are 2 diodes, so I'm not sure what does what. I don't know exactly what everything in the circuit does. I just know that it sounds incredible. I'll edit it to have the sound samples or something, and boy howdy, that's a riot. It's so loud. It just can pummel the amp with volume, and then it has just so much filthy. I didn't realize how filthy it is just when you turn it all the way up. Maybe this has more gain than the old ones, but whatever it is going on, it's got tons. You can go nuts with the treble on the bass. I don't know why more people don't have it, because it's just, I can see why Dave really liked it going into a really mid-forward amp and a really loud amp. So more people need this. So I can't wait to put it after the Big Muff and use it to kind of add some mid-range back. But yeah, this is going straight on the board. I think it'll probably kick the Walrus 385 out to pasture for good. I think this is kind of my new favorite kind of raunchy, kind of crunchy type of sound, but I'm not sure. I like these knobs, but I kind of like other knobs more, so I might get rid of them. It's kind of a spur of the moment thing, but I really like these, but I'm saving these for these would look so cool on here. Like, you know, I love the little pointers, you know. It's like, now that would be a handsome pedal with these, and with this painted orange. So I got a nice little rattle can of Rust-Oleum, so that's gonna go on the pedal at some point. But for now, we just got just clear knobs and a plain enclosure, and to that end I'm gonna Sharpie on it so I remember what does what, although it's pretty obvious. Nucleus. Write my dumb name on there. There we go. Look at that. Ready for the board. You know what those do. Pretty fun.